Hello, this is Dr. R. Lakshmi from Department of Mathematics, St. Peter's Engineering College. Today I am here to explain about few basic concepts of relations. Because relations form basic model in most of the discrete structures, and as discrete structures and their study is very important in the subject of discrete mathematics. Today I am going to explain about the relations topic. Before we begin the lecture, let me tell you about few applications of the relations. Relations are widely used in the development of a relational data model. The relational data models are used to store information in computer database. One of the other areas where the relations are more widely used is in communication networks. For example, if you want to determine the pair of cities which are linked by airline flights in a network, the relations help us very much. Along with these two applications, there are so many other areas where the relations are widely used and applied. Now coming to the lecture part, before we define the relation, let us first see what is a Cartesian product of the two sets. Suppose A and B are any two given sets. Their Cartesian product is written as A into B. When we read it, we read it as A cross B, defined as the set of ordered pairs x comma y such that x belongs to A and y belongs to B. Suppose the set A has m elements and the set B has n elements. Then the Cartesian product A cross B will always have total m into n elements. For example, if A has 2 elements and B also has 2 elements, then the Cartesian product will always have 2 power 2 equal to 4 elements. Let us consider the example of the similar case. If A has the 2 elements 1, 2 and B has the elements A, B, then the 4 elements of its Cartesian product will contain 1, A, 1, B, 2, A and 2, B. We start writing the elements of this Cartesian product starting with the first entry of the first set and pairing it up with each element of the set B. Then we move to the second element of the first set and we pair up with each element of the set B. In this way, the Cartesian product can be formed between any two sets. Now, based on this Cartesian product of the two sets, the relations are defined. In fact, a relation is any subset of the Cartesian product of the two sets. If the relations are denoted by capital R, the Cartesian product is denoted by A cross B. The relation R is always a subset of A cross B. Suppose A has m elements and B has n elements, then the number of relations from the set A to the set B are given by 2 to the power of m into n. The word binary relation is in fact used for any relation because it is actually a relationship between the elements of the two sets. Sometimes the relation from a set A to itself can also be called as a binary relation. Now coming to the domain and range of a relation, we define the domain of the relation as a set. Domain of the relation is defined as The set of elements small a belongs to the set A such that AB belongs to the relation for some B belongs to B. It in fact contains the set of elements of A which form the first entry of every element of the relation. Similarly, the range of the relation is defined as the collection of elements small b belongs to the set capital B such that AB belongs to R for some A belongs to A. If AB belongs to R, the set of all the elements B are called as the range set for the relation R. For example, if the set A has the elements 2, 3, 4, the set B has the elements 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and if the relation is defined from A to B as the set of ordered pairs AB such that A divides B, so A belongs to A and B belongs to B, then to find the domain and range of the relation, what we have to do is we first have to list out the different elements of the given relation based on the given definition of the relation. Because the relation R is defined as whenever A divides B with A belongs to A and B belongs to B, AB should be an element of R. We start collecting the elements of the relation in this way. We choose the first element 2 of the first set A. Then we choose the different elements of the set B. Suppose we consider the pair 2, 3. Because 2 does not divide 3 is not satisfying the rule of the relation. Therefore, we say the pair 2, 3 does not belong to the relation. The next pair is 2, 4. It clearly belongs to the relation because 2 divides 4. The next pair in the order is 2, 5. Because 2 does not divide 5, 2, 5 does not belong to the relation. Similarly, we collect based on the divisibility that A divides B, the different ordered pairs of the relation can be collected. It is 2, 4, 2, 6, 3, 3, 3, 6 and 4, 4. Each pair satisfying the divisibility rule given in the relation. Based on the elements of this relation, now we can easily find out the domain and range. Now the domain of the relation R equals to the set of the elements 2, 3, 4 because these elements 2, 3, 4 form the pre-elements of each element of the relation. Similarly, the range of the relation is the set 3, 4 and 6 because these three elements form the different post elements in each of the ordered pairs of the relation. Right? Now let me introduce you one of the notation of writing an element of the relation. Suppose A comma B belongs to a relation. This can be represented and written as either A capital R small b. In words we read it as small a in the relation capital R to the element B. The same thing can also be written as or read as A related to B. These two are the representations or the way we read for saying that A comma B is an element of the relation. Now we are moving our discussion to the representations of the relation. Basically, there are two ways in which every relation can be represented by. Out of which the first one is a relation matrix, also called as a 0-1 matrix because all of its entries are either zeros and 1 only. The similar such equivalent other representation is digraph, also called as a directed graph. This is the diagrammatic representation of the relation where the edges are directed edges. Now let us define what is a relation matrix, what is the rule to find a relation matrix with a suitable example. Suppose there are two sets AB and a relation R defined from A to B. Then the relation matrix from A to B is denoted by capital M writing in the suffix capital R and is defined as a 0-1 matrix Mij where each entry is taken according to the rule that small Mij is taken 1, the element in the ith row jth column is taken 1 if the element in that place belongs to the relation. Otherwise, the element of the matrix is taken 0. I repeat it once again, the rule of writing the relation matrix. If an element AB belongs to R, corresponding to eighth row, bth column of the matrix, the entry 1 is taken. And the entry of the relation matrix becomes 0 when the place of A comma B is taken 0 when that A comma B is not an element of the relation. Let us consider an example. Suppose the set A is equal to ABC, the set B equal to 1, 2, 3. And a relation R is given by A comma 1, A comma 3, B comma 3, C comma 1. There are 4 elements in the relation. Corresponding to this relation, let us try to form a relation matrix MR. For forming the relation matrix, what we do first is, we write along the row the elements of the B, 1, 2, 3. And along the column, we write the elements of A as shown here, ABC. Now we consider each of the 9 places of the matrix corresponding to the 3 elements, each of the 3 elements of the 2 sets. The relation matrix here is possibly 3 by 3 matrix with 9 entries. Now to fill in all these 9 entries, we apply the rule of forming the relation matrix. Because A comma 1 is an element of the relation corresponding to the place, 8th row and first column. The element is taken, is written 1. The next element of the relation is A comma 3. So corresponding to the 8th row and 3rd column, the element is taken 1. In the middle, at the place of 8th row 2nd column, the entry is taken 0 because that A comma 2 does not belong to the given relation set. There are 2 other elements in the relation. Corresponding to them also, we should keep the entry 1 in the relation matrix. Those 2 places are corresponding to the element B comma 3. Corresponding to the place Bth row 3rd column, we have placed 1. As C comma 1 is the another element of the relation. Corresponding to Cth row, the first column, we have taken 1. So there are 4 entries 1 and 5 entries 0 in the relation matrix. This is called the relation matrix representation of the given relation between the 2 given sets. Based on this, for any relation, the relation matrices can be formed.